Good day, fair space fugitives. I'm Fox's Pancakes, and today I'm going to be guiding you through my experience with FTL Faster Than Light. FTL is defined as a roguelike space strategy indie game where you, the player, are one of the last remaining remnants of the Federation, and you are trying to escape the rebellion that has overthrown your government. On your ship, you carry vital information that will help turn the war against the rebels, which you have to carry through various star sectors and encounters using your FTL drive. Each star or point on the map has a chance of doing a certain thing. You can encounter drones, pirates, merchants, other aliens, and sometimes you're given an option to perform a certain action. Sometimes that action can lead to good things, like gaining a new crew member or getting scrap parts for your ship to be upgraded. Other times it will yield negative results, like damaging your ship or costing you a crew member. The events are entirely randomly generated, as you might run into, for example, evil alien space spiders in one sector and then again in another one. What does change is the outcome of each encounter. Sometimes you might succeed, and the space station that you saved from certain doom will reward you with scrap for upgrading your ship, and other times you might lose a crew member, which can be detrimental to your forward progress. With all roguelike games, Binding of Isaac and Slay the Spire to name a few other more popular ones, it's always frustrating to me when my success is determined by a mechanic that I have no control over. I know that the same argument can be made for the Darkest Dungeon, but the fact that in those games you have the power to select a team of certain heroes definitely helps mitigate whatever damage RNG can throw your way. In FTL Faster Than Light, I know that if I don't get at least one free upgrade or don't happen to be near any stores when I have copious amounts of scrap that I could easily be spending on improving my ship, I know that I'm probably doomed to failure. There's nothing more frustrating to me than knowing that everything that I aim to do is for naught because of something that I can't do anything to fix. And if you don't believe me, just wait for the third part of my commentary series that comes out this week. There's a certain part in there where you can hear my heart just shatter. That's the game though, and if there's one thing that this game does well, it's that it is made to be played over and over again. Most games with linear goals usually end up suffering from one major thing, replayability, and the random chance that the roguelike game type offers you a chance to keep replaying the game with hopefully different results every time. Since you're loaded into a new realm of possibilities every time you start over, FTL Faster Than Light is a game that keeps on giving. Another thing that I can appreciate FTL for is the element of strategy involved in the combat stages. Every time you get into combat, there are a bunch of things that can go well for you and a whole lot more that can go terribly. Some ships might have teleporter pads that teleport enemy crew onto your ship, which means that you have to try to send your crew to fight these enemies off. Sometimes your ship might get hit with a missile that starts a fire in your ship, and you have to either risk your crew's health to fight it or open the airlock and wait for the fire to be extinguished by a loss of oxygen. If you are the king of micromanaging, this game will be perfect for you. As for me, I start to panic when things like that start to happen. I forget that there's a pause button so that I can properly organize everything I need to keep while still keeping fire, concentrate on the enemy ship, and hey, wait a second, maybe that's why I keep losing. While you may not have much control over what happens in the future of your game, you can do the best that you can to improve your current situation. There's a lot of planning that can go into it, like wondering if you want to upgrade your ship's shield systems or save your scrap in case you run across a shop that can upgrade your weapons loadout. Every time you make a game in this decision, it's a tough one, but fuck does it get disheartening when you thought that you had prepared everything properly and all it takes is for one enemy or one bullshit event like solar flares to take you down. I just wrote this in my notes because it's something that I genuinely don't get, but why on earth would I choose to go to the red sectors? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, every time you get to the exit beacon on a map, you're given the option to enter a new sector. Green denotes civil sectors, red means hostile, and purple means that that sector is mostly covered by a nebula. I'm not very well versed in the ways of FTL or anything, but why would I go through a hostile area when I can choose to go through a friendly area? It seems like an odd mechanic to have implemented, seeing as every other option in the game has a chance of being good or bad. The red sectors or even the nebula sectors never seem like they yield anything good, so why would I even bother trying to go through them at all? FTL Faster Than Light is a blast to play, it's fast paced and has great replayability. Like any other roguelike game, I might rage at it because I was dealt a shitty hand, but for some reason it keeps on pulling me back for just one more game. Hell, I was considering even doing only 4 episodes of the commentary for this game, but I might do just one more game. Overall, solid game. It's frustrating as hell, but like an ill-disciplined person on a diet, I keep returning to it, and I highly recommend that you pick it up. You may notice that this time around that I haven't given the game a rating out of 10, and that's because I think that it's hard for me to say that any game that I've ended up playing is worth anything on a grading scale. The best I can do is, well, tell you whether or not you should get the game based on my experience. If you enjoy roguelike games and want something to help kill the time, this is a good game to pick up and definitely worth the $11 price tag attached to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, night, or space cycle, depending on when and where you watch this video. And I will see you on the flip side. Goodbye.